Hello and welcome to Movie Reviews by Josh. My name is Josh Terry, and today we're going to be talking about a new film called Lion, which is basically designed to scare the crap out of any parent who's ever lost their child in a grocery store. Lion is actually based on a true story, which makes this thing even more amazing. It's about a 5-year-old Indian boy named Saru who is growing up in abject poverty in this little village in India. His mother is literally working by carrying around rocks. That's her job. One night, he and his older brother go to a train station. They get separated, and Saru winds up on a train that takes him 1,200 miles away to Calcutta. So basically, he is isolated, he is alone. The movie goes on and just completely tugs at your heart as he dodges all kinds of different threats. Eventually, he winds up at an orphanage, and from there, he is sent out to live with a couple in Australia, played by Nicole Kidman and David Wenham. Now, at this point, the movie jumps forward about 20 years, and Lion is interesting in that it feels like two different movies. The first half of the movie practically is set in India as young Saru is, give or take 5 years old and getting separated from his family. Once we jump ahead to more of a contemporary time of about 2007, he is now fully grown, played by Patel, who we remember from Slumdog Millionaire. And at this point, he is starting to feel the desire to reconnect with his past and find out where he came from. He's actually going into a hotel management courses where he meets his girlfriend, Lucy, who's played by Rooney. And eventually, he winds up getting referred to Google Earth, of all things, as a means by which he can figure out where he actually came from, this village that was so far away from Calcutta that he doesn't even know where to start. And he spends several years on Google Earth trying to look up where he came from. We'll leave it off there. It's a true story. You can probably guess kind of amazing things happen. Yeah, this is one of those movies that starts out in a way that just absolutely, like I said, I mean, if you've ever lost a little kid in a grocery store, or just the kind of considering what would happen, to a poor kid in this situation, it is heartbreaking. Once he winds up in Calcutta, he's hanging out with other homeless children, and he's running away from all kinds of different authorities and different threatening figures. But then eventually, things work out for him. And from there, what's really interesting about it is once he winds up in Australia, and once he grows up and becomes just kind of your normal first world, man of Indian descent, it's a stark contrast from the first half of the movie to the second. And when he actually does wind up going back to India to try to figure out where he came from, it's really jarring to see him interacting in this world. Now, there are a lot of good things about this movie. The story obviously is incredible. It's well acted. In spite of all the name actors, Dev Patel does a great job. Rooney Mara is great. Nicole Kidman and all them, they're fantastic. But the real standout here is Sonny Pawar. He's the young Indian boy who plays the 5-year-old version of Saru before he grows up into Dev Patel. And this kid is just heartbreakingly adorable. It's tough enough to see what would happen to a kid in that kind of situation, but with this particular young boy, your heart just goes out for him, and you really, really want the best for him. The other thing that really jumped out to me about this movie was just how beautifully shot it was. The director, Garth, was a cinematographer as well, and it shows. It is a lovingly shot movie with incredible landscapes. Not necessarily the vibrant, lush colors so much as just there is a mood and an atmosphere and a feel that if you have any interest or background in photography, you'll especially appreciate. It's beautifully shot, well put together, and just a really incredible story, and definitely one worth taking a look at. Lion is rated PG-13 more for circumstances than anything else. There's some mild suggestive sexual content, there's a little bit of profanity, nothing really, for a PG-13, it's pretty soft. It's more built on the circumstances of the situation where the threats, you don't ever see anything happening, but you kind of know the situation that Saru is in, and it's more kind of the intensity of it. It's definitely not a movie for little kids. In fact, like I say, a lot of parents are probably going to find their heart stopping with this one. But as PG-13 goes, it's pretty soft. So like I say, overall, I would definitely recommend this movie. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars out of 4. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Be sure to check out the links and subscribe if you'd like some more.